All right, let's get started for today. Now, today what we will focus on is we will focus on words that confuse us when it comes to English. Now, English is a quite interesting language. There are so many words which at the outset we think that both the words will work, but when we go deep, we find that the word may not work exactly as we want it to. So today we will look at some confusing English words. I will give you the words. I want you to make sentences. Everyone, come on camera, be comfortable, okay? Don't be sleeping, otherwise you will not get the essence of the improvement. Okay, so be here, be at the moment, then only you will improve. So we will, as I said, we will be focusing on these words, and I'll give those words with you. I'll explain it to you. All you need to do is write a sentence. Okay, so let's start with the first one, first word of the day. Just give me a moment. Okay, is my screen visible to all of you?
Yes, sir.
Yes.
Great.
Yes, sir.
So let's start with the first word. First two words, persuade versus convince. Persuade versus convince. Do write it down. Persuade versus convince. Okay. So if you just look at both the words, you may feel that both the words have the same meaning. However, technically slightly different meaning both of these have. Okay. Let's understand what is the difference. Now let's say I give you this sentence. He dash me that this was a bad idea. What should be the correct word? Persuade.
Persuade.
Type it in
I
the
feel
chat.
confused, sir.
I'll open up the chat box. Type it in the chat box also. Come, go ahead. Persuade or convince. He dash me that this was a bad idea. What should be the correct answer? Go ahead. Persuade or convince. In the comment section, go ahead. In the Zoom comment section. Convince or persuade. Now see again, everyone giving like people getting confused. As I said, these can be confusing, right? So let's understand. He convinced me that this was a bad idea. This is the correct answer. Okay. Now what is the difference between persuade and convince? Let's understand. Persuade is to cause someone to do something by asking, arguing, or giving reasons. So you just literally try to force someone. Okay. It is a type of forcing someone in a way that by asking, arguing, giving reasons, you try to convince someone too hard, like not, I'd say convince, you try to push someone too hard to do something. Okay, that is persuading. However, like for example, the boy persuaded his mom to adopt a puppy. The boy caused his mom to adopt a puppy by asking or giving her reasons. So I'm trying to persuade you. Convince, to cause someone to believe that something is true. Convince means you make someone believe that something is true. Okay. Example, she convinced that we are throwing her a surprise party. She is convinced that we are throwing her a surprise party. Now she believes that we are giving her a surprise party. So can you see the difference? Persuade means you try to push somebody or like make that person understand your idea by trying to ask, argue, give reasons, give logic, and you're just trying to push more. Convince is not like that. Convince means you make someone believe. Okay. So here he dashed me that this was a bad idea. So persuade will not be the correct word. Convinced will be the correct. He made me believe that this was a bad idea. Is this clear, all of you? Right.
Yes.
The next one.
Yes, sir.
Fast versus quick. Again, quite tricky. Fast versus quick. This can be quite tricky at times. In some time, we will stop for a dash, snack, and then keep going. What should be the answer? Type it in the comment section. Fast or quick? What should be the answer? Okay. Okay. So again, see, you can check your answers. Again, people are getting confused whether it should be fast or it should be quick, right? Quite interesting, which is okay because English is a quite interesting language. So the correct answer should be quick. We'll stop for a quick snack and then keep going, not a fast snack. Now, what is the difference? Now, at the outset, if you look, you may feel that fast is also same, quick is also same. Technically, you can say that. However, when we put it in a sentence, the meaning changes drastically. So fast usually refers to things that happen or go at high speed. Fast. Okay. The car was very fast, which go at high speed. then we use the word fast. He is fast. He is running fast. Okay. Quick usually refers to something happening at short time, occurring rapidly. So something that happens at short time, it happens for some time, again it happens again, like it's for short duration it happens, then it is quick. Fast is something that is going at high speed, that is fast. Okay. We say the fast train. Have you ever heard somebody say the quick train? Have you ever heard somebody say the quick train? We never say
No.
that, right? So
No,
fast
sir.
going at high speed. But when you stop for a snack, like to have some snacks, is it fast or is it quick? Now think, when you are having snacks, you don't go fast, like
Quick.
it's quick. It's a quick snack, just a quick bite, right? So he is quick. He is working quick. What is the difference between he is fast and he is quick? Try to understand this point. He is fast means he runs fast. He is running fast. He is quick means during walking, during working, during speaking with each other, he's slightly quick. In short duration, he is doing something slightly rapidly. That is quick. Did you get the point? What is fast and what is quick? So can you make a sentence with fast and one sentence with quick? Comment in the comment section. Yes, please go ahead. Yeah, dress up quick. We will go to the market. Absolutely correct. Correct. Others, make a sentence. One with fast, one with quick. These can be confusing at times, even though at the outset it looks very simple. But as I said, at times when we try to make the sentences, we get confused as well. So make one sentence, comment in the comment section with one fast, with the word fast and one word quick. The one sentence with quick. Go ahead. He's quick in his work, right? He's fast in speed. Yeah, correct. Absolutely correct. He is going to office very fast, right? He's fast in doing, he is quick. Again, in doing his work, he is quick in doing his work. In short time, we do that work. That is quick. He's quick in doing his work. Okay. He is fast while running. Yeah, he responded quickly, right? Time goes fast when you are happy, right? I have to go fast to the hospital, right? Right, correct. Next one. Amiable versus amicable. Amiable versus amicable. What is amiable and what is amicable? Can somebody tell me what is amiable? Anyone? Okay, let me give you an example first. My friends broke up, but there was an dash end to the relationship. My friends broke up. So let's say there was a marriage or something and they were your friends and they broke up, but there was a dash end to the relationship. Amiable end or amicable end to the relationship? Which one should be the correct answer? Amiable or amicable? Okay, somebody says amicable. Amiable. Okay, amiable. It will be amicable end to the relationship. Okay. Amiable is used to describe people who are friendly or sociable. It can also describe things with a pleasing quality. That is amiable. Neeta is a kind, amiable person who gets along with everyone. People who are generally friendly or sociable, we call amiable. Amicable, on the other hand, is usually used to describe relationship or interactions that are civil or peaceable. Means a relationship. Amicable, we talk about amicable relationship. Amiable person. See the difference. Amiable person, but amicable relationship. Do you get this? The meeting between the union and the management was quite amicable. So when we talk about people, we try to describe people, person as amiable. But when we are discussing about relationship, we are discussing about, let's say, union, the management, husband and wife, it's a relationship. We use the word amicable. That is usually used to describe relationships or interactions that are civil and peaceable. Okay. So we are talking about a relationship. Then it is amicable. Clear, all of you? So make a sentence with amiable and amicable. Come on, quickly, and comment in the comment section or write it in your notepad as well, all of you. Write it in the notepad. Yeah, he is an amiable. Just remember this. Very quick tip for all of you. When we are discussing about a person, go with amiable. If you are discussing about relationship, go with amicable. Clear? Yeah. Collector order to set amicable. Yeah, she is amiable in her relationship. Yeah, amicably settled the agreement with union. Absolutely correct. Absolutely correct. Good. Clear? We met a person who is amiable, right? Let's move to the next one quickly. Okay. Any questions you can ask? Next, eavesdrop versus overheard. Eavesdrop versus overheard. Eavesdrop versus overheard. Okay, what is the difference? Let's look at through the sentence. I dash a funny conversation on the bus this morning. So I eavesdrop a funny conversation or I overheard a funny conversation? What should be the answer? Comment in the section. I dash a funny conversation. So let's say you are going in a bus and two people were discussing something. You eavesdrop or you overheard. Which should be the correct word in this case? Overheard or eavesdrop? Okay, almost everyone saying overheard. One person saying eavesdrop, okay, which is fine. So let's understand. The correct answer will be overheard. Overheard. Eavesdrop. When we use this, we listen to conversation without the speaker's knowledge deliberately. Now see the difference. Intentionally, I am listening to somebody's conversation. Intentionally. Okay, deliberately. Then we use eavesdrop. Like he stood behind the door and eavesdropped on their conversation. I intentionally listened it. Then it is eavesdrop. However, overheard means to hear something accidentally. You are in a bus, somebody was saying something, the words fell in your ears. That is overheard. Means, example, when I was on the bus this morning, I overheard two women talking about the accident. So you were not intentionally listening, but they were discussing something that fell in your ear. The words fell in your ear. Did you understand the difference? When we use eavesdrop, so when we use it, can somebody give me the answer? When do we use eavesdrop? Give me the answer quickly. When are we using eavesdrop?
When someone listen their conversation.
Both cases we are listening, right?
When we listen intentionally.
Intentionally, right? That is the correct word. Intentionally, I am listening to somebody's conversation without his knowledge. Eavesdrop. But unintentionally, I listen to somebody saying something. That is what? Overheard. Got it? All of you?
We can say hear and listen.
So, make a sentence with overheard and eavesdrop. Okay? Shall I move ahead now? Borrow versus lend. This is pretty easy. Could you please dash a piece of paper? Borrow or lend? Could you please dash a piece of paper? Borrow or lend? What should be the correct answer?
Lend.
Right.
Lend.
Correct answer is lend. Borrow, it means to take and use something that belongs to someone else for a period of time and then return it. Okay. Borrow means to take and use something that belongs to someone else for a period of time and return it. So I take something from you for a period of time and then I return it. Okay. Could I borrow your pen for a minute, please? What is lend? Lend means to give something to someone to be used for a period of time and return. Means somebody gives something to you. Okay. Can you lend me a pen? Can you give me a pen or lend me a pen? Okay. Borrow means to take and use something that belongs to someone for a period of time and then return it. However, lend means to give something. Can you lend me a pen? Okay. So I'm asking that person that can you lend me a pen? Okay. So in this case, it will be lend. Revenge versus vengeance. Revenge versus vengeance. What's the difference? You may have foiled. Okay, write down this word also. This is a nice word, foiled. My plan, but I will get my dash. You may have foiled. Man means damaged my plan, but I will get my dash. What should be the correct answer? Revenge or vengeance? What should be the correct answer? Revenge or
Revenge.
vengeance?
Revenge.
Revenge is the correct answer. Okay. Revenge is more personal. Revenge is an act of retaliation against someone who has wronged another person. So it is more personal. I want my revenge. It is highly personal thing. Okay. His revenge on his enemy was strong. His revenge on his enemy was strong. Vengeance, righteousness. Vengeance is about ensuring justice is served and that the perpetrator of crime or injustice is held accountable for their actions. Means here you are trying to give justice. Revenge is more personal. It may not be justice. Revenge is, I think I have a fight with you, I will take my revenge. But vengeance is more at a broader angle. We are looking from a point of view of justice. Okay. Voters are ready to get their vengeance on cheating politicians. So here we are talking about justice. Politicians who cheated, vengeance is make them lose with the power of your vote. That is vengeance. We are talking about justice, right? So revenge is more personal. Vengeance is more at a broader term, at a broader angle we are looking at it. Did you understand, all of you? What is the difference? So when you are talking personal things, then it is generally revenge. When you're talking at a bigger picture, then we will have our vengeance this time. So like, let's say it's a, you have a fight with somebody. Okay. Then in that case, which word shall I be using? That I want to show it to you that you have done something wrong. I'll also beat you later on. In that case, it's revenge.
Revenge, yeah, right.
Right. Imply,
Sir, please give me another example of
let's say
vengeance.
vengeance. Okay. When we give justice to the people who lost their money in the scam, that will be the real vengeance. So people who lost money in the scam, I'm talking about a broader angle. That is vengeance. So the justice system took vengeance by putting the people who are responsible for the scam behind jails or behind bars. That is vengeance. The justice finally took vengeance from the people. This is a broader angle. Okay. I had a fight with you, revenge. Did you get it?
So revenge means revenge versus avenge.
Sorry.
Revenge versus avenge. Avenge.
Avenge is also, avenge is a different word. Revenge is different. Avenge is different. We'll discuss that later. Okay. Right now, focus on this. Otherwise, you'll get confused. Revenge and focus on like vengeance. This is focus on this. Okay. It is also used slightly interchangeably, avenge, but avenge, better, revenge is the better word. In case if you are used to use avenge, I would recommend use revenge, better word. Okay. Sometimes used interchangeably also. Okay.
Yes.
Imply versus infer. What is imply? What is infer? Let's understand. Their failure to reply to our letter seems to dash a lack of interest. What should be the correct answer? Their failure to reply to our letter seems to dash a lack of interest. Imply or infer. They did not respond to our letter. What does it show? What does it show? Imply a lack of interest or infer a lack of interest? Think about it. The correct answer is imply. Imply. Okay. Now, what does imply mean? It indicates the truth or existence of something by suggestion rather than explicit reference. So it is implying means it is a bit of suggestion. I'm getting some hint. Okay. No proof is there. I'm getting some hint. they did not reply to our letter. So let's say you send a letter to somebody and that person doesn't reply to your letter. So you will get a hint that maybe he is not interested. There is no proof. Maybe he could not reply to you because he was busy. But you are thinking maybe he is not interested in answering to my email or my letter. That is implied. Early reports implied that the judge's death was not an accident. It implied. It's an indication, like it's a hint. Okay, not something, we do not have any concrete proofs, we do not have concrete evidence, but we are thinking maybe, just maybe. What is inference or infer? Deduce or conclude from evidence. Here we are talking evidence. I have proof and reasoning rather than explicit statements. So infer means here we decide something based on proof, on evidence. We have the proofs, we have the evidence, we have the reasoning. Then we decide, that is inference. From the facts, we can infer that the crime has been increasing. The crime has been increasing. How did we understand it? By looking at the data, by studying the data, by seeing, cross-checking with the previous year's data. Here we are deciding based on facts, based on proofs, based on evidence. But in implication, I am getting a hint. I may still be wrong. It may not be right, but I'm thinking maybe because of this, it has happened. Okay. So make a sentence with imply and make a sentence with infer and comment in the comment section, all of you, quickly. Imply means you're just getting a hint. There is no clear evidence here, but with inference, there is clear evidence. Okay. I hope this gives you clarity, all of you. What is the difference? Complement versus complement. Complement versus complement. Okay. So what is the difference? She added photographs to dash the text. What should be the correct answer? Complement or complement? This is I and this is E. I versus E. Complement or complement? What should be the correct answer? She added photographs to dash the
Complement.
text. Sorry?
Complement.
Okay. Anyone else?
Li complement.
It will be complement. E. Okay. What is the difference? Let's understand. Compliment is a expression, like I'm praising someone. I'm giving you a compliment. I. Compliment. I'm giving you a praise. I'm praising somebody. Compliment. Okay. A polite expression of praise or admiration. She paid me an enormous compliment. Means she said something good about me. You have done an excellent work. Wonderful. Bravo. That's a compliment. Okay. Complement. A thing that contributes extra features to something else in such a way to improve or emphasize its quality. Complement is you add some extra features to make it more better, more beautiful. Okay. Example, we have sweets to complement your meal. So you already have a meal which is nice. Additionally, you have sweets as a added feature. That is complement. Is this clear, all of you? So complement versus complement. Complement is the, what I would say, the expression. That is complement. Complement, you add something to another thing to make it better, make it more beautiful, better, or something else, right? So that is the major difference. So did you get clarity about the different words that we use and where we get confused? Now, what is your activity for the day? I want you to go through these words. I want all of you to go through these words. Make more sentences with these words. Once you start making more sentences, you will feel more comfortable. Why? Because these words can be very confusing, and while we speak, we get confused whether I should use complement, complement, infer, implication. We get confused. The only way to remove your confusion is to do more practice. So instead of just making one sentence, try to make at least 5-10 sentences with every word and see how it matches up. Try to see the difference. Understand the meaning. I'm sure you have written the meaning. Then try to match it up, how it works. Which one is working in this case? Which one is working in this case? Be analytical. Then you will understand how it works in English. I believe this is clear to all of you. So now I'll stop the recorder. Now, if you have any questions, you can ask your questions one by one. Just give me a second.